Make sure you never miss another upload by hitting that subscribe button, hitting the little bell to enable notifications, hitting the check mark, save, and remember if you enjoyed the video to quickly leave a like. Hello everyone, how guys? I hope you guys are doing great as always, because it is great to do great. And welcome back to Pixelmon. Let's go. I have some cool stuff to show you. So I finally got some time to jump on the server. I hustled real hard, got all my schoolwork done, got all my life work done, and I still have plenty of hours to finish some other work. Means working on things like Project 3215, which is hype. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I was able to get on the server, and we're gonna go ahead and down here really quick, and we're going to do something really quick because I need to make. Let's do that and that really quickly. But yeah, so as you can see, I've done a little bit of work here. I've gotten some stuff done, which is pretty good, which is pretty hype, which is, I mean, I needed to. I'm going to be real. I really needed to get some stuff done. So I'm kind of glad that I did. I need to make a bucket because I need to make something to get water. I need a lot of water, and I'll explain why I need water in a second. So yeah, so like I said, I was able to finally get on the server and do some work. I don't actually need these anymore, by the way. They have mechanical thingies. I didn't know those existed, but they're really cool. Let me tell you what, they're pretty dope. But yeah, so I did, like I said, I did a little bit of work. I figured out kind of what I want to do for the building of my base here. It's not something big, which is actually abnormal for me. If you know me and all the other stuff that I do, I build a lot of very large structures. And that's kind of what I didn't want to do this time. I didn't really want to build a big structure, because I do that every time, and to be honest with you, this is a full vanilla server, which means, or not like full vanilla, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's strict. So, I mean, it's a little bit harder, and without certain mods, it's going to be a little more difficult to, you know, build large structures. So I decided to go pretty, actually cheap this time around, like surprisingly cheap. Let's go look at what I got going on here. So as you can see, like, most of the people here built these really nice, pretty, like really beautiful work. Like that building, I love that one. Like all of these are the same kind of Victorian-esque style, which is really a really pretty style. Like, I'm not gonna say it's not, but I wanted to do something a little bit different than what everyone else was doing. Originally I was gonna build like a pretty big pagoda, but it kind of didn't really happen because I really don't. I don't know how to build a pagoda. And I don't really have time to go like try and make one in a creative world or something and then try and rebuild it here. That's the kind of time I don't have, where at least that's time I could spend doing this, but I could also spend working on other things. And I'd rather compromise and make something nice here and save time. So like I said, I wanted to do a dojo, so that's why I was originally going to do a pagoda, because I'm doing a fighting primarily fighting based team. So what I did here is I've actually built this little area. It's not done, it's not even close to done, by the way. As you can see, I've been like working on replacing this wall with this. This is polished andesite, by the way, and this texture pack looks really good. But yeah, I've been working on replacing all this polished andesite, all the cobblestone with polished andesite, because it looks really good. And I need a lot of iron, because all of this open space you see is actually going to be iron fencing. Or is it iron fencing? I don't know what it's called. Iron bars. I'm really hoping the iron bars don't look bad, but I don't think they will, if I had to guess. And then I'm gonna dig out this entire area underneath this little pad here. It's kind of like my you know, my dojo pad. It's my mat, my fighting rink. So I got this little rink here in the center, and I'm gonna actually dig out all of this. I'm gonna excavate it, and I'm gonna flood it. I'm gonna full flood it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go through and fill it in bit by bit with certain things that kind of give it the zen-ish, like feng shui feeling. Lots of certain plant life and stuff like that. maybe some leaves, maybe like little trees or something, and then I'll fill it out and it'll look really nice. And then underneath I'm gonna have all my like actual storage and stuff like down here, so that won't be visible, because personally I don't like seeing all that stuff in builds. I think it's it just doesn't look good in my opinion. And that's not to say anyone who's doing it is not making a good build. I'm sure they're doing fine. And actually, I'm more than positive they're doing fine. They've made some absolutely beautiful structures here. Officer Lily over there is my neighbor. She's love her little blinds. This is actually so cool. I never would have thought of that. And then everybody else is building these huge structures. I'm doing something really simple. And that's me. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to be filling that up. And before we head out today on the journey, I did want to quickly fill in like a small area to do a small farm, because I do need food. And I have these potatoes, and I want to replant at least a few of them before I destroy them or eat them, cook them up, if you will. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of dirt here, and then I'm gonna make like a small little area here where I can farm. I'll probably do it like right here, honestly. Oh, that's interesting. Good thing I grabbed this dirt. I forgot I dug this little hole here, because this was originally where I was gonna put the underground, but decided to move it over. So yeah, let's just put that there, and then what we can do is take this bucket here, bucket, and then I can do this again, go over here, and then what I can do is just replace these. And where's my hoe? There we go. And we can start growing potatoes here, which is awesome. And I think in this texture pack it looks really cool. I might do the same on another side, but I'm not too sure. Don't think I'll need that many potatoes, so I'm gonna cook these up, and we're going to get moving. But today I actually do have most of my team planned out. Like I said, I've been really working here to get what I want going, because I really want to have a really cool team. So I do have most of my team actually planned. So the leader, or like my number one, is actually going to be Gallade, and I'm going to do Mega Gallade because I just think it's cool. I think it's a really cool Pokemon, and I want to do Mega Gallade. And then on top of that, I'm going to also have another powerhouse fighter. I'm going to do a good mix between powerhouse fighters and tanks. So I'm actually going to also have a a Lucario, and I may or may not in the future give him a Mega Stone, but I doubt it, because I think I'd rather have him have like a choice scarf or something, as far as like just pure strength goes. And then I'm also gonna have a legendary Pokemon in my team. I was either thinking, and this is kind of where I want to ask you guys, because I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do. I was thinking either Cobalion or Terrakion, or Cobalion. I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing things. I'm probably just pronouncing it wrong. But I was thinking about going with Cobalion because I think I just want at least one legendary in my team, and I also think the steel fighting combo is gonna be great. But also rock fighting is a solid combo as well. And then there's also Virizion, which is also grass fighting. So it's like I have a lot of choices here as far as my fighting Pokemon. I can also go Keldeo, which is also a really strong choice. But those are all like what I have, and I believe those are all actually in Pixelmon. So I was also trying to make sure I like knew what was in Pixelmon before I kind of made some choices. So that's 3 Pokemon, and the 4th one is actually going to be Toxicroak. And that's going to be, I think, my 4th just pure fighting type. And or I'm pure fighting. I'm like thinking like powerhouse, like pure strength versus tank. And then I also want to get 2 tanks in the team that I think will be really super useful. And this next one's actually pure fighting. And we're actually going to start heading out today to go look for a Riolu, a male Riolu, of course. We need a male Riolu to turn into the male Curlia, and the male Curlia will evolve into the Gallade, which is where we're going. And then I also have to somehow get a Mega Gallade stone, Mega Stone with a Mega Bracelet, and that's a whole process I gotta do, and whew, we got a process ahead of us. But I think it'll turn to be a really awesome team. I'm not very good at building teams, by the way, so if that wasn't too obvious, then it should be now. But we'll try our best. I need a birch forest for Riolu as well, so that's what we're gonna go look for. What was it? What was I? Oh yeah, so Toxicroak is gonna be my like powerhouse fighter, and then for my next two, I'm doing ones that are tanky, and the next one is also pure mono, and I'm only doing this because I really like this Pokemon. I think it's really cool. So I'm also gonna have a Conkeldurr on my team. Conkeldurr. That one is just weird to pronounce, okay? Like, don't yell at me. I mean, that one's just odd. So yeah, Conkeldurr is one of the ones that I'm going to be doing as well. Oh, there's a little thing here. That's cool. Looks like somebody tried to break in. Yeah, they broke in just to get this thing. And I also want to do another tank. And this is where I was kind of like, I wanted to do another tank, or at least have one tank on the team, which is why I'm going with Conkeldurr. It was between that or Machamp. And Machamp is great, but I think he's more of a juggernaut than he is like a pure tank type. And at least Conkeldurr can still like dish out some mad damage from what I remember. So that's why I kind of ended up choosing him over Machamp. Now I know Machamp is a solid choice, and you know, maybe I'm wrong for not choosing that. But that was the decision that I made, so we're gonna have to deal with it. And if you guys think, if you think I'm wrong and you say no, you need to have Machamp or somebody else on the team, then let me know. And because I chose a grass type for my main Pokemon, which is Turtwig. Oh, there's somebody over there. Who is that? I wonder who this is. They're really close, but not also that close. Oh, there's a Buzzwole over there. That's cool. So it looks like they do have most of the Zildjian. Yeah, it's Zildjian. Okay, I'll leave him alone. Yeah, it's on the map, isn't it? I'm stupid. It's okay. So it looks like they do have most of like the Gen up to like Gen Y, I guess. Is that Gen Y? I don't know. So X and Y or the next one after that. I don't think they have the. They definitely don't have Let's Go Eevee on this. That's for sure. I could have told you that. But I also think Let's Go Eevee is like red and blue or something like that. It's like an old gen, sort of like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, what the heck it was. What's it called? This is not where I need to be. I need to find a Birch Forest. This is a level 1 Pidgey. Take it. I do not know when the next tournament's going to be either, but I really hope it's not soon, because I really want to have at least a base set of my team prepped and ready to go before I participate in any tournaments with them. I could always make a tournament team while I'm building this one as well, but it's like extra time and blah blah blah. Nah, it just doesn't sound fun. But yeah, anyways, the last Pokemon I'm gonna go with, and you may not like this pick, but I actually really love this Pokemon. I'm gonna try and get a Breloom, because I think Breloom is pretty strong, and if you can land the Spore, you can just decimate them. If you can land the Spore, you can do your full setup and decimate the enemy, which is why I'm going to go with Spore, or go with Breloom. I just think it's a really strong pick. Again, you may disagree, but you know, I don't really care, because, well, I do care, but I'm probably not changing it, needless to say. I also don't want to go too far from the base area. I know on my map somewhere there's a maybe there isn't a birch forest. I think these are the birch trees, and I need one that's just purely brown. That's just unfortunate. It's hard to get Riolu in this, or not Riolu. Was I saying Riolu earlier? I probably said Riolu instead of Ralts. It's hard to get Ralts in this game for whatever reason, but we're gonna look for them. And like, especially getting male Ralts, it's actually really rare. I think that's like a pretty low percentage of Ralts are actually male, which is why it's going to be a little bit difficult. Yeah, he's going to use roll up, but that's no big deal, because Turtwig's actually just a mad tank. Easy. I got a flint. Take. Oof, that's a what is that? Spinda. Yeah. I was also thinking about maybe going with a Lopunny. Like that was also an option over like probably like Toxicroak. But I feel like Poison Jab and Toxicroak is just too important. Also, I think Toxicroak can learn Toxic. So for a fighting type, it's actually really strong. And Toxic is just it's just a disgusting move, man. So I kind of really want it on my team as far as like just for strength goes. Which means I ended up choosing Toxicroak. I know Lopunny is like really good, and I know Mega Lopunny is like really strong. And I assume that's probably the one that Mario ended up going with because Mario loves Lopunny. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I haven't really watched too much of his series, but I know he does love Lopunny. So I assume he's probably gonna end up going with him as well. And that's why I was kind of avoiding it as well, as I just didn't want to. I didn't really want to make that the starter, one of the starters for my team. I kind of wanted to try and do something a little bit different because like I was also thinking about going with the Blaziken, but again, a lot of people chose Torchic as their starter, which for the record, Torchic is my second favorite starter out of all the generations. Turtwig is my first. So before you ask questions, the answer is no. I'm not insane. I just I don't know. I just want to do something different. That's why I went with Turtwig in the first place. Ooh. Oh, sand. I thought that was like a mystery or hidden item. I don't want to go too far, man, but because I don't want to load too much terrain as well. Like that's the other thing. But I don't think I'll have that much issue because it looks like a lot of people have already loaded a lot of this terrain, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, that's the team. I really think it'll be balanced. I kind of wanted to go something for balance as well, and that was kind of the issue, like when I was trying to choose Toxicroak over Lopunny as well, because if I actually went with a normal, Lopunny doesn't have that many weaknesses, which is actually super important in terms of just like being able to survive in a fight. And it kind of makes Lopunny pretty tanky for the most part if it doesn't have any like major weaknesses other than fighting, because I think fighting does increase damage to normal types. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that's correct. But yeah, that's pretty much my strat. Oh, Fungus. I'm sorry, Fungus. Those things are the worst. Because they're the most annoying things in the world. Alright, let's go ahead and maybe build a boat, because it looks like I gotta do some sea crossing here to find my way to the next worlds. Like I said, I know in my first episode I saw a ton of Raltzes, and that's why I'm kind of upset I didn't have any Pokeballs back then, because I would have caught some. At least would have tried to. Raltzes are crappy, like annoying to catch. They're great, but they're just annoying because you have to like catch them and you have to hope it's a male, and oh god. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. Now, if I head north, right, where am I now? I'm this way. So if I head north, I think theoretically I'll end up hitting a few, because that's where I came from in the first episode. Was I had to go north to get to well, I had to go south from where I was to get to Fluzarama. Yeah, that's right. But it's getting kind of late already in the game and in the video. It's already been almost 20 minutes. Jeez. Which means I'll probably continue this in the next episode. I think I'm going to try and have the dojo finished, or at least mostly finished by then. Probably the iron will be the only thing I need a lot of, which will be fine because that's not as hard to get, but it's just more annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna probably call it here, and then I'm gonna have the dojo finished by the next episode, and then we're gonna go look for Raltzes. Like, we're just gonna look for Raltzes next episode. That's all we're gonna do. I'm also gonna get a bunch more Pokeballs by then as well. That's the plan. That's the plan. Alright, my dudes. I will talk to you on the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. What is happening here? It's like somebody dug out this entire area. Yo, crazy. That looks really cool, actually. Anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, a like is always appreciated. Water stone down there. Yep. Like I said, I'll talk to you on the next episode. Enjoy and peace.